update on what's going on with the 250th anniversary stuff in regards to Albany County and actually a little bit New York State too, correct? Okay. So whenever you're ready, come on up, Chuck.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here again. I was elected in a writing election back a long, long time ago, and my replacement is still there, Gary Tomorrow. When I left, Gary remained.
Speak in the microphone.
Many good memories for many years. Worked in this building when I was in my 20s. I'm now in my 80s, so it's a very important thing. What we're discussing today is not so much as the county historian, but as a member of the 250th Commission for the commemoration of the independence of our nation as an independent nation. And there are many things going on in many different ways. And I think the one thing that you and the county executive decided back several years ago now, that we're not going to do exactly the same thing that we did in the 200th anniversary. How many people here remember the 1776? Well, we'll try 1976. Yeah. And if you remember it, probably that's all you remember, is you remember 76. Because as New Yorkers, we really got shortchanged. Not just locally, but also throughout the state of New York. Because the big emphasis was Operation Sail, with the big ships coming in, the sailing ships coming down to New York on, of course, July the 4th. A number of activities that went on during that year, and that was it. And most people looked at it as a one-year celebration or a one-day celebration, but not what we want here. Because what we want for our importance in doing history in this nation, we want to know what the revolution was all about, how we and our antecedents reacted to the American Revolution. And we realize that the revolution, which in all honesty left a number of people behind, certainly slavery was still there, women's rights, disability rights, things like that. These are all things that have progressed since the American Revolution. And that all men are created equal haunted this nation from the day that Jefferson put that in ink. And we have tried to progress and keep this revolution always moving forward, always bringing more and more Americans, more and more people that admire America and all that it is, by continuing the American Revolution in our celebration. Now, what happened 50 years ago was a great year, it was a great day. But what also happened is we didn't bother to say what state, for example, had the largest battle, over 20,000 people. New York State, Battle of Long Island or Battle of Brooklyn, same battle. We also lost it, by the way. What was the bloodiest battle of the American Revolution? The most casualties of anybody fighting. It's the Battle of Oriskany, New York State. What's the most important thing that went out in terms of getting freedom from across Europe and the world? It was the Battle of Saratoga. A lot of people followed. Some of them helped very indirectly because they were trying to take on the entire British Empire. It took credibility, and that credibility, thanks to the Albany militia, among many others, because of General Schuyler, because of Kosciuszko, who did all the engineering planning and so on, by taking a standing British professional army with real generals, British generals, and one German general and several others, and defeating them on the Battle of Saratoga. The total goal was to take over Albany, and then it would split New England from the rest of the colonies. It would have been the end of the war. And what happened? Within a matter of days, once the word, and it took a long time to send things, but once the word was sent to Paris, we had a recognition from France. We are an independent country, money, troops, a navy which rarely gets the credit that it deserves because they blocked off an awful lot of the supplies for the British because of the Battle of Saratoga. Too bad. Didn't happen in '76, so it got forgotten. And when it got forgotten, we got forgotten. When all of the problems that occurred in the northernmost county, we are the largest county, probably as large, if you take the claims of all the counties put together, because we claimed we went in Albany County for most of our history, we were going as far north and as far west as we could claim, with all due respect to Native Americans who didn't agree with all of that. It was an incredible time, and we lost it. And so you, in your wisdom, as members of the legislature, said, we're not going to do that. We're going to take our entire history. We're going to take our history for the duration of the war, which is 1783. That's when the Treaty of Paris is signed, and we're recognized across the world as an independent nation. We're not going to make it a one-shot celebration. Also, the members, and on the back of the handout that you have are the members of the commission. These aren't the only people that are involved. These are the ones that you appointed, the county executive nominated, other people put their names forward, and they've been great. But we also have many other people in every town, in every city, of every historian. Everybody is following this, not just our own group. But our job today is to report where we've been, and I'm just going to go through, and you should have it on your desks. And it's a celebration of the bicentennial that began in 1974 and ended in 76. We are not going to do that. We want to make it something much more memorable, and it involves so much of Albany County and of New York State's history. The run-up and the timing benefited Boston, Philadelphia, and other places with early Revolutionary era sites. New York, which has the largest and the most significant revolutionary sites, was shortchanged, and I went through that. So we will cover the full extent of the revolution, and also remember that our revolution is an ongoing revolution, which hopefully improves every time that we become Americans. We want to tell the story, and have been, of our county's key role in the war for independence throughout all of it. The economic development, and in a little while you'll hear from our chairman. Before that, Rachel or Maeve McEnany Johnson, who has been working on the commission. She's a member of the commission, but she's also our eyes and ears and our supporter from Discover Albany, because tourism is economic development. And this commission wants to make sure that Albany County is at the forefront of heritage tourism destinations, regionally and nationally. Anybody who understands tourism understands that cultural tourism spends more money, stays more evenings overnight, and goes to more events than just the average person passing through. Cultural tourism is incredible. We're a state capital, we're a county seat, and also we're a very, very important part of our national, our state history. The legacy is certainly, we're in no way discouraging. We're involved in in parades and with parties and events, but we allow our towns and our villages to take the lead. We've had a presence in the Voorheesville and the Altamont Parade, for example. There'll be a lot of activity going on in Queens and so on and so forth. Certainly there's been a lot of activity going on with the libraries. We don't replace them. We don't take them over. We help them. The legacy, books, historical maps, curated tours, physical capital projects are all designed to bring our history to life. In the field of education, I'm going to turn this over for, and you all know it's my daughter, Maeve, who will tell you what we're doing in the field of education.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Maeve McEnany Johnson. I'm very pleased to be here. I won't go too deep because you do have this information in front of you, but I think it's really important to talk about is while we are creating this legacy, you know, we're not just commissioners who are sitting back and talking about it. We are doing the work, and we are identifying the people who are the workers. And a thing that I think we were so pleased to see is as we were starting to do outreach and who's the programming, and of course all eyes turn to the New York State Museum, the Albany Institute of History and Art, but our libraries have come out as the stars in this initiative. Your local libraries in your community are hosting programming. They were reaching out. They're trying to find historians who can speak. They are doing public programming, reading clubs. So I encourage you also to look to your local libraries because we've certainly come and we've come to speak, but they're bringing in other historians as well. They're hosting exhibits. So they have really been wonderful stars. The Albany Public Library this summer is going to make the 250 their whole theme, and Guilderland Public Library as well has been great partners. So please, I encourage you, if you're wondering where the 250 is happening in your community, it's very likely happening at your local library. We're looking to history camps, right? We are working with the Albany County Parks and Recreation, and not only creating a history camp, but because we saw that void, but potentially looking at that gap. And those of you who have children, you know that gap right before school starts and when the camps end. We're hoping to fill a need time there with some great history projects, but also pulling in some of these heritage sites to really make it a meaningful experience. Curated exhibits and lectures, again, partnering with our local libraries. I encourage you all, and I won't even be offended if you're doing it as I'm speaking, to look up Caesar Nickel. He was an enslaved patriot of Bethlehem. He was also likely the oldest person ever photographed. It's a really powerful image. So I definitely encourage you, of course, we want you to go see the exhibit, but in the meantime, as it's being developed, I would really love you to take a look at that story because it's quite powerful. We're trying to get other funding as well. Discover Albany, who I work for, we reached out to the Hudson River Valley Greenway, who also has provided funding for our brochures and collateral, but this was a sponsorship for the Lego Challenge. I did bring an example here, where we're going to be working with libraries in the community for the whole summer to encourage families to create their own Lego displays based on Albany County Revolutionary history. Albany Public Library will be working on that, and we'll also have some other groups working with that as well, so keep an eye on that. And I think also what's really impactful is our grants program. You know, we have you look at the back of all of our commissioners, we have a depth of knowledge, but we don't know everything. So what we did is we reached out to the community and said, what are you working on? And yes, we heard from libraries, yes, we heard from museums, but who spoke out for was artists. When you see some of what we've already funded, you know, we have theatrical performances, music. So we really tried to build up that community as well, and we will be working on another round of those grants in review as well. So that's a lot of what we've been doing. Again, you can do a deeper dive, but I'm always available if anyone has any questions.
Thank you, Jack, and thank you, Maeve. One of the things when the commission was first organized, we resolved that it was going to be a long-term effort to reflect the full entirety of the war, particularly Albany County's significance in that war. And it was determined by the commission members very early on that this wasn't going to be just about fireworks and parties, right? We wanted to educate, we wanted to inform, we wanted to leave a legacy behind after the commission wrapped up its work. And that legacy is primarily focused in the areas that have been discussed, education and also economic development, right? Our area is so deeply rich in history, but we have a lot of work to do, right? Think of the Battle of Yorktown, the Battle of Saratoga. Historians will argue over which one was more significant. I think most historians will come down on the fact that Saratoga was more significant, right? Visitors to the contemporary battlefields, right? The most visited national historic park in the United States is the Battle of Yorktown. Saratoga, the most pivotal battle of the war, number 62 on the list, right? So we've got the stuff, we just have got to do a much better job of bringing it out and driving tourists to our area so that we can convert it into economic development for our area. We are focusing on two essential prongs. One is recognizing that Albany sits at the very center of a much wider region that has lots and lots of cultural offerings that can be packaged and presented to heritage tourists across the nation, right? And we can leverage that. We can leverage Fort Ticonderoga, Fort Stanwix, West Point, all of these sites that are in our orbit. And guess what? When we do the job of marketing, where do those people fly into? They fly into Albany County Airport. Where do they book their hotels? Most likely they book them here in Albany. The restaurants, right? We are going to make ourselves the center of that economic activity that taps into the cultural and history heritage that all these other sites have. Give you a specific example is this concept of the Benedict Arnold tour. We got that idea from, if any of you listen to NPR, they used to advertise a lot on NPR, Mr. Jefferson's Virginia, which was a curated tour that the Commonwealth of Virginia put together that took tourists through all the sites that were of great significance. And it was I didn't do it, but it was good enough to be advertised nationally on NPR, right? When you take someone like Benedict Arnold, who is such an interesting, compelling figure, right? Almost all of the things for which he was most famous and notorious took place within less than an hour of Albany, right? Whether it was founding the U.S. Navy at Whitehall, the Battle of Valcour, capturing Fort Ticonderoga, saving the troops at Fort Stanwix, leading the charge at the Battle of Saratoga, and ultimately committing his treason at West Point. They are all within an easy drive from Albany, right? So we'll make it our job to package that material for national tourists so that we can capture their interest in something that's very interesting, but drive them so that they spend their time here. And then finally, Albany County itself has a plethora of historic sites that we just don't know about, right? Years ago, New York State did a great thing. They did those blue and yellow historic markers, right? No state had done that before. It was revolutionary and it's awesome, right? But we kind of rested on that, right? And we figured, oh, well, if there's a blue and yellow marker, our job's done. Well, that's not how other places that are driving real economic development through heritage tourism are doing it. We have work to do in developing out our sites right here in Albany County. So our primary legacy project for this commission is to develop an Albany County Revolutionary Heritage Trail. The concept is to start at the sites that currently exist in downtown Albany, Schuyler Mansion, Cherry Hill, Tenbrook Mansion. Bring it out to the Pine Bush, where very few people know the Pine Bush is where the Oneida Nation, who are our best allies in the war, that's where they took refuge for several years after their villages had been burned by the British. Right there in the Pine Bush. Continue it out to the Battle of the Normanskill site in Guilderland. On to, and this is serendipitous, the single bloodiest event in Albany County took place within a stone's throw of the recently purchased Switskill Park, now owned by Albany County. Right? So if that isn't an opportunity for us to tell a great story and connect these sites, I don't know what it is. And I congratulate the foresight of the county executive and others who saw the opportunity to grab that parcel when it was available. So that will be our primary legacy project. But we'll need your work. A lot of these things will be in your districts, and then there can be branches. I mean, Van Schaik Island and Cohoes. Ravenna has got some really interesting Revolutionary War sites that just have not been brought to the forefront. This is our opportunity to do that and finally tap into that very, very lucrative heritage tourist so that when they're sitting, and we often tell it anecdotally, it's the recently retired 65-year-old couple in Atlanta who have more money than they know what to do with. They've done all the Viking cruises, right? And they're planning their 2 or 3 time vacations per year. We want them to seriously consider coming to Albany because we have the content and we have the package tours that will actually capture their attention. It's a high bar, right? These people are discriminating consumers, but we have the content to satisfy them if we can do the work of putting this connective tissue together and offering these kind of trails. So with that, I'll leave it. I don't know if we have any time for questions, but before I do, I need to commend the chair and the leaders of the respective caucuses because and the county executive, because the appointments that they made to this commission were absolutely stellar. It is a wonderful group of people that not only know their stuff, but they're a real joy and pleasure to work with. So I can't tell you how excited I am. And again, as Jack said, July 4th, 2026, it may be the end elsewhere, right? We talk about if you're in Erie County or Chautauqua County and you're having a commemoration, yeah, you're going to focus on this year because you don't have any revolutionary heritage to commemorate or celebrate, right? Not so in Albany County. We have so much to celebrate, and we'll be doing it for a good long time.
Jeff.
So, thank you.
We do have...
The chair says we have a couple minutes left, so if anyone has any questions, be happy to. Carolyn?
Thank you all so much for coming here tonight and giving us this update. I say that Mr. Paul Stewart is part of the committee, but I will reach out to him and maybe give him some of my opinion, but I just want to make sure that we're not left out of this 250-year discussion. And the contributions that have been made from the African American community in this country and in New York State and in Albany County over the last 250 years. So I just want you to be conscious of that for the communities that are right here in the city of Albany in particular, but throughout the Albany County. Thank you so much.
Absolutely we are, and just highlight that in the course of this 250th anniversary of the Revolution, there's also some other very key events that are happening. 2029 will be the 275th anniversary of the Albany Plan of Union, which is the first time the 13 colonies got together and discussed the idea that they could perhaps work together jointly. Benjamin Franklin was here in Albany. He organized that. He called Albany the cradle of the Union because of that work. But also in 2027 is the 200th anniversary of the final ending of slavery in New York State. And the governor who signed that bill, he never referred, he was lieutenant governor, he was governor for less than 3 months. And in his 3 months, he ended slavery in New York State and he approved the Erie Canal. We talk about a pretty good record, but there will be a number of very significant observances marking that particular anniversary. But along the way, you make a very good point. It's not just the big commemorations, it's the individual stories. Caesar Nickel from Bethlehem. There are a number of enslaved African Americans and free African Americans that played a very meaningful part in the Revolution, and also indigenous people as well. If any of you watched Ken Burns' series, the first 10 minutes, we went wild because he talked about Albany, New York. Albany dominated the conversation in the first 10 minutes, right? Because of the Albany Plan of Union, but also because he finally put the focus on indigenous Americans and the key role that they played in the Revolution, and that was all centered right here in Albany. Albany was the center of that, right? And that's another pillar that we can bring out and capture and magnify now because it's been ignored for so long, right? And it's something that we can finally cast a spotlight on to everyone's benefit.
I think it's helpful to look to, when you look at it, is a lot of it's battles, and I think our commission has been very intentional. Yes, we'll talk about the battles, but it's about the people.
It was actually Paul Stewart that said that at our very first commission meeting. He said, let's not make this about just a bunch of battles. Let's bring the stories out of the people who actually won this war. And I'd be remiss too, as Abigail Adams said, don't forget the women, right? There's we're providing support to a group out in my part of the county that's doing a play about the Van Auken women. 2 sisters who married 2 brothers. The 2 brothers went off to war. The women were left not just to run the farm, but to protect the farm. because the Tories and the Native Americans on the other side kept raiding the farm. And they had to spend countless nights in the forest in October and November. One, continuously nursing her baby so that the baby wouldn't try and give away their position in the woods because they would have been killed. Right? So women were also a very, very key component of our ultimate success.
As most of you know, I've been a historian, officially or unofficially, my whole life. And people say, what kind of an historian are you? And I say, I'm a local historian. What's that? That's the history that once everybody knew. It was so common that people took it for granted. And then all of a sudden, where did they come from down south? Down south. Well, where? And so, no, they're dead. This one's dead. We just did put speaking of African Americans, we just put a plaque down on Giffen School in the South End. And the name is Latimer. How many people know the name Latimer? He's a revolutionary soldier who settles in Albany, who goes to a much troubled and downcast group of African Americans, a few free, most of them still in slavery when he gets there. He starts a school. He works with his own church, etc., etc. He's forgotten. And with local history, it's something that once everybody knew that, don't even bother writing it down. You say, if you have, oh, they came from Ireland. Oh, yeah, what county? My grandfather knew. It's gone. And so the job is not so much to discover, but to rediscover something which was known once, was honored, and it disappeared. Sometimes because it was too common. Everybody just assumed it was taken care of. So we want to rediscover. And we'll find some of these people that served us during the Revolution and some of the work they did after.
Two questions. First of all, in the packet, there are $5,000 grants for local nonprofits mentioned, and this is awarded to Dave, the appendix, but I'm not finding the appendix in here. Does that mean there's still funding available? What is the deadline for that?
So the awardee, it starts with one city of Cahoes.
Okay.
So there are 6 pending right now that we're just not ready to discuss at the moment. But there will be another round of grants that probably we're shooting for fall, like for programming that would be in the fall. And we will be definitely making sure that we'll be sending this to our legislative body to make sure that you can get it to your constituents.
And we're putting the focus on new and things that wouldn't have existed previously. So as important it is to support ongoing sort of historical, we want to reward those projects that are new and would not have come to pass without
We have time for 2 final questions. Why don't we go to Mr. Efakoro and then Ms. Lockhart?
All right, so question, do you plan on having like a tour bus? And also, if you plan on doing that, do you think it is something that can be sustained over time, like long term, for economic development?
Can you repeat it again? I'm sorry.
This,
Oh, tour bus. So unfortunately, it's not within our purview. From Discover Albany, I will speak frankly from my point of view. We do have tour buses come through, American Cruise Lines comes and whatnot. What we don't have is we don't have tour guides. So this is, again, separate from my work as the commission. This is me speaking as Discover Albany and one of the few remaining local tour guides. What we need, that infrastructure right now, is tour guides. We need bodies, we need passion, we need young people. So it's a project I'm working separately from the commission. Would be very happy to hear legislators who might have some ideas of what Discover Albany can help do, because once the Albany Aqueducts and Trolleys, which had not only retired teachers, working teachers, young people, and a lot of those folks have left, and there's only a few of us left here. So we're creating itineraries with the commission. We'll have a product that we could provide tour buses, but I will speak frankly that we definitely have to build that cohort of local tour guides again to be able to host that. I probably turn away, we probably get about between 10 to 20 every year of inquiries from people saying, if they call it a step-on guide, can I get a step-on guide? And between Dutch Apple Cruises and myself, we can maybe cover about half of them if we're lucky.
Thank you.
Final question, Legislator Lockhart.
Thanks, Speaker. It's fascinating, just the things that you're talking about tonight, some of the bits of history that the three of you have thrown out, and I really look forward to this year and hearing more about it. Some I know, and some I want to learn a lot more about, and I hope everybody else does. But I would like to just, I'll leave it by myself, and I think the rest of the legislature, thank you for coming here tonight and telling us. And please come back and tell us more, and keep us informed as it goes along. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I also want to echo that. This has been terrific. Really appreciate your work. Mr. McEnany is our Albany County historian, really important. And we can tell you're passionate about the topic of our local history, so really appreciate it. Thank you, Maeve, and thank you, Legislator Purley. Thank you so much for serving in this capacity. We are very proud that you are representing us on the commission, and we do want to invite you back. This is just the beginning, so appreciate it if we could call you back periodically to give us kind of the updates of the plan. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm Joanne Cunningham. I serve as the chair of the Albany County Legislature. The rules of the Albany County Legislature allow for a period of public comment before our monthly meetings. Our rules prohibit members of the public from questioning legislators and prohibit us from questioning you. This is your time to speak and our time to listen. In accordance with our rules of order and given the number of speakers tonight, speakers will be allowed 3 minutes each. I ask everyone to please silence your cell phones while each speaker is presenting, regardless of content. Attentive and respectful behavior is expected. Speakers, in turn, shall observe the commonly accepted rules of courtesy, decorum, and respect. And just as a reminder, our rules prohibit the use of any audiovisual presentations or other displays during speaking time, and speakers shall refrain from disorderly speech, obscene remarks, or personal attacks, and any violation of these rules shall result in the forfeiture of the speaker's remaining time. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alex.
Present.
Besson. Here. Bergdorf. Present. Clary. Here. Collins. Camiso. Conway. Here. Cunningham.
Here.
Demolowitz. Here. Drake. Here. Efacoro. Yes. Ethier. Here. Feeney. Here. Gillespie. Here. Grimm. Here. Hilly.
Here.
Andrew Joyce. Here. Ray Joyce. Here. Cohn. Here. Lane. Here. LaRilliard. Here. Lakakis.
Yes.
Lockhart. Here. Muriello. Here. Mayo. Here. McLaughlin. Here. Miller. Present. Petto. Here. Purley. Here. Plosky. Here. Reedy. Here. Reinhardt. Here. Ricard. Present. Robinson. Here. Lozano. Here. Simpson. Here. Smith. Here. Weaver. Here. Willingham. Here. 38 present.
Clerk, please read the first name of the first speaker.
Laura Travison. Laura Travison.
Clerk, please read the name of the second speaker.
Carol Wardeman. Take your time.
I hope that all of you read Chris Churchill's column about Dan McCoy and his 12-page newsletter, for which you paid a lot of money. When I was reading it, I spent a little time laughing because humorous column, but I shouldn't have been laughing because this is really tragic for our county. I wish I could say I was surprised by some of the things in that column and in the newsletter, but I've watched Dan McCoy doing appalling stuff for more than 13 years. What is different this time is that there was no attempt whatsoever to hide what he's done and, of course, planning to do. It's in your face, and it's in your face, and he can do anything he wants, and you can't or won't do anything about it. Now, this is exactly how authoritarian regimes do their stuff. Now, we paid, and we will continue to pay a really lot of money for all of this. And, well, certainly I wasn't consulted, but I'm not sure you were. Residents in districts represented by Democrats, which would include me, got newsletters that had pictures of all the representatives, and I might add their phone numbers, which, you know, they may not be thanking you for. Residents in districts that have Republican representatives, no photos were included about those representatives. Now, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, okay? But I can't believe that that was legal. And of course—
30 seconds.
Oh, thank you. Lawlessness is one of the things that characterize totalitarian regimes. Now, I'm not paid to be here. I haven't been for 13 years. So I'm not paid to be there, but that's kind of nice because that's why they can't fire me. But you all are paid. You're paid by my taxes, by your constituents' taxes, all of our tax dollars. Earn it.
Mark Greenidge.
Okay, hello everyone. It's been a while since I've been here. Excuse the dress down attire. I couldn't help it this time. Tomorrow night there's the Advance Albany County Alliance talking about the bus station and cleaning up the parking lot district. I want you to keep in mind, if you have any say in any of this, that there's a hotel, the Country Inn and Suites, that really is a great hotel, but it's across the street from the e-commerce development there that is abandoned and really needs to be taken down, those buildings. The owner of the Country Inn and Suites wants to do that as a private, because it's a business decision. People, while their hotel is often filled, they can't. It's just a blight. You look out the windows and you see this abandoned building. Also, you go along 787 and there's a church that's falling apart. And I don't know anything about the church and the history or whatever, but, you know, it's just not looking good. And people see that all the time when they're driving in and out of Albany. I mean, it's a simple thing. I mean, it should be taken down. The church should be gutted, taken down, whatever is the proper religious disposal of that church should be handled. But it's more than just the warehouse that's up on 787 there. You got another two other problems that really, I mean, a business is trying to be successful, maybe expand. But because of these other two blights, it's not going too well. But you got a private investor who would be happy to help the
30
county
seconds.
with taking that down. So I want you to keep that in mind, open up a discussion with the hotel, and please have Albany looking better and more cheerful. Thank you very much, and keep up the good work.
Donna Rogers.
I'm short. I never grew. Good evening, everyone. I'm here to talk about the proposed bus terminal relocation. Myself, residents, and community members oppose the proposal by Dan McCoy to relocate the bus terminal properties located at the corner of South Pearl Street and Madison Avenue. We believe the relocation would negatively impact our neighborhood by disrupting and the serenity of our living environments, increasing concerns related to noise, traffic, crime, and overall quality of life. We respectfully request the community input be fully considered and that alternative locations be explored. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Judy Travers.
Hi, everybody. I'm here to speak also about the bus terminal. Donna and I both live at the towers, and what upset us the most, and the people that live in the buildings, is that nobody from any political office came to us and asked us what we thought about putting this there, which we opposed vehemently. The worst part, like I said, is the fact that we, the people, were not consulted, and it's not right. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Willie White.
I think that make three of us that's opposing this bus terminal. As the young lady just said, the community was not consulted on this whole project. I mean, how disrespectful is that? For you to come into our community, put up renderings, and say that we're going to do this. There's no environmental impact study done on this. There was no community gathering or meeting or anything to consult us about what we want in our community. You just did it. I just want to ask the people who are going to vote for this project, have you considered the asthma rate in the South End? Go to the county website and just look at 12202 and look at the asthma rate. Now, there's people sitting in this very chamber right now that worked with me and others on the environmental issues at Ezra Prentice, where the bomb trains are. You know, and they're right next door to the Port of Albany. And now, I mean, how did you change your mind? How did that happen? You were bringing more toxin to our community. We can't just change like that. Is it political or what? What is it? We have people in our community who are dying from asthma. We did a study, along with the School of Public Health, did a study down at Ezra Prentice, and it shows the asthma rate. Kids are literally getting asthma and other respiratory issues down at Ezra and throughout the South End. Because, you know, it's unfortunate that a lot of the asthma is not reported because they're going to the hospital and it's not recorded because they go to the emergency room. But we got to know better. We got to know better, Mr. McLaughlin. We got to know better than this to bring more toxin to our community. That bus station is not only going to bring toxic air, it's going to bring prostitution, it's going to bring drug dealing. We're right down the street from the city mission that already have all this stuff, and they're going to connect. So in the South End, just 12202, you got the Port of Albany, their proposed data center that's coming. All this stuff is going to kill us. And then you got the mission, and you got this proposed bus station. You got to say no to this. A person with a decent heart, with a good heart, will say no to this. We're not going to continue to kill those people in 12202. And that's what we're doing. We can't continue to do this. So I urge you to vote no on this crazy, out-of-whack proposal. I got 5 more minutes?
You got 30 seconds.
30 seconds. But I'll finish with my 30 seconds. And I'll finish with my 30 seconds. He took 5 minutes. But anyway, I'll finish by saying this here. You know, we are a people. We're not subhuman or anything. We are a people. Respect us. You wouldn't damn well go to Pine Hills and propose a bus station or anything there without talking to that community. So stop taking advantage of 12202 and black people in this city, period.
Dan Ballon. Dan.
I would also like to state my discontent with the proposal for the bus terminal. The last meeting, the people from the Alliance walked in already hostile and looking for a fight. They didn't come to listen to us. And they shot down any ideas that we had. They had no alternative sites planned. None that were even looked into. A perfect example that many of the neighbors even proposed to them was a joint venture with the state to use the terminal that's already built into the concourse of the Empire State Plaza, which would cost minimal money to taxpayers to convert that into a new CDTA and Greyhound station with all the amenities that they want. There's already a trooper station in there so that you could prevent any further crime, and it's buried away from where anybody has to see it. Because I doubt anybody from the towers or anybody from the neighborhood wants to see a bus terminal out their window every day. And a bus terminal is not the first thing we want to see when we come to Albany. We talk about the gateway of Albany, and do you want to see a bus terminal outside of your house every day? I don't. I want to see some greenery. I want to see some trees. I want to see something beautiful, or at least some beautiful architecture. And we don't need that problem. It would also increase traffic issues within that neighborhood, because we have plans for revitalizing downtown, bringing more businesses in, as well as the South Pearl Street corridor to bring more businesses into that corridor. So for the next 10 years, you're looking to bring even more traffic in. They're looking to get rid of that turn lane, which is the slip lane that goes onto Pearl Street. They want to get rid of that and make it a normal 4-way intersection with about 10 different bus routes that pull up and start and stop their services there. That's going to cause more congestion with buses, with traffic. We can't even handle an event at the arena with the traffic, or the traffic that we have from morning rush hour. And we're going to add to that with changing that intersection instead of improving it.
30 seconds.
That's all. Thank you.
Jason? Yeah, Jason. Huh? Catherine Coons?
Hello, my name is Catherine Coons. I'm a New York State licensed speech pathologist. I have a master's degree in speech language pathology, a teaching certificate from New York State as a teacher of the speech and hearing handicapped, and I am certified by the American Speech Language Hearing Association. I've held a contract with Albany County as an independent contractor treating preschool children since 1996. You've not seen us here since we have been busy. January until mid-June is annual review season for the preschool providers. We are required to test each child we see, compile data, write a report, write next year's goals, review this information with parents, and take time out of our session time to meet with the parents and school districts to discuss our findings and recommendations. We pay for our own tests, and we cannot bill for any of this time. This time is included in our session rate, along with the time it takes to write our progress notes and bill monthly. When outside evaluators test children, either for their initial, transition, or supplemental evaluations, they bill the county or school district for substantially more than our session rate. The other expenses that are included in our rate include health insurance, retirement, gas, expenses, and materials, a rate that has only increased $6 since the 1980s. Last month, the wait list for early intervention children needing a provider in Albany County was 111. I do not have the access to the number of children in need of services at the preschool level, though I would think it would be similar. We are here tonight to remind you all of the incremental increases to our rate that we discussed 2 years ago. The early intervention rate was recently increased by 5%, though even with that increase, the early intervention providers in Albany County are still working for less than they did in the 1990s. The slow rate of increase compared to the rising cost of living will guarantee that these long wait lists will continue, and ultimately the children with special needs such as autism, cerebral palsy, and severe intelligibility will suffer. We are asking you to do what you can to ensure that a rate increase for the preschool providers is included in next year's budget. Thanks.
Julie Murphy?
Good evening, members of the legislature. My name is Julie Bevenu, and I'm an independent speech-language pathologist serving preschool-age children in Albany County. I'm here today to speak about an ongoing issue we have brought to your attention several times before. Our program and its pay rate were established in 1981. The rate remained unchanged for 43 years without any cost of living adjustment. We were previously told that compensation could be increased incrementally until it reached a fair and appropriate level. While we appreciate the $2 $3 increases that have been approved, therapists are finding it increasingly difficult to remain in this field as the cost of living continues to rise while the pay rate does not. We continue to be paid less than early intervention providers for doing the same work. At the same time, early intervention providers are also seeking higher wages for these reasons. Recently, their rates have increased 5% along with retroactive pay, yet even that remains below what they earned in the 90s. Our rate is at $61, while theirs is currently $68.93. Most school districts are facing provider shortages as noted in the state audit, Schools across the state have long waiting lists for children in need. Many families and children are already struggling to access these services while demand continues to grow. Parents report waiting months for evaluations only to learn that no therapists are available once their child qualifies. This program was created because research shows that providing support before children reach school age leads to better outcomes throughout their education. Counties need to raise provider pay rates and include an escalation clause to account for inflation and cost of living increases. Doing so is essential to retaining current providers and attracting new ones. These services are mandated, and it is our children who are paying the price when they are unavailable.
Mike McGlynn. Mike McGlynn.
Hello. Thank you for permitting me to speak about global warming and our constitutional human rights and general welfare within our communities. Global warming is influencing climate events with extreme heat, woodland fires, flooding, high winds, disruption to our electric energy transmission infrastructure, and disaster declarations of agricultural crops. In addition, we are experiencing man-made global trade embargoes adversely affecting NYSERDA's state petroleum reserves, as well as inflating municipal budget costs for energy supplies. I read in Laudato Si there are institutions with policies that promote best practices, stimulate creativity in seeking new solutions, and encourage individual or group initiatives. Will you advocate for a county emergency preparedness assessment of our critical energy infrastructure and supply chain with consideration to the 2022 Albany County Climate Resilience Plan? The County Office of Emergency Management can use the assessment in an application to the Division of Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services Competitive Critical Infrastructure Program to obtain financial assistance to attain a critical renewable energy infrastructure system in our communities. Also, the assessment could be useful in the state consolidated funding application process to access cost-sharing programs for critical renewable electric energy production and storage projects at essential emergency support facilities. I listed 3 programs: Climate Smart Communities Grant Program, the Power Authority Building Recreational Infrastructure for Communities, Kids, and Seniors, and the Education Department's 21st Century Community Learning Centers for school districts.
30 seconds.
Do you think the Advance Albany County Alliance and the Empire State Development Agency could partner with the Capital Region Foreign Trade Zone Board to contract with Energy Star Canada manufacturers to locate in our state to produce renewable energy technologies and energy efficient appliances? I know that's kind of far out, but with the way trade is, maybe
Time.
Canada would like to locate in here and help us out. The cost-sharing investment can enhance our critical renewable energy production to protect our public health and safety. Thank you.
Laura Travison.
Good evening. Thank you for receiving my comments. I'm Laura Travison. I'm a South End resident, a homeowner. I was also the senior planner for Albany County in 2019 and 2020. So I'm very familiar with county plans, the site plan review process, and I probably have an overdeveloped sympathy for being on the receiving end of public comment. So, but with that in mind, I do have some constructive feedback about how this process has been handled thus far. A lot will be said about the fact that Advance Albany is holding 2 meetings, the public meetings. One has already been held, and another one will be held tomorrow night. Both of these meetings have happened after the RFP was given and awarded. So public input wasn't enabled for the RFP process itself. So a developer has won the award, and what's on vote for tonight, as far as I can tell from the meeting minutes that I've read, is the ability to pay Advance Albany, which is your development corporation, to manage this RFP for 1.5 years. So you're paying them you're voting tonight to pay them $1.5 million to manage the contract that they awarded to a developer for what is proposing a bus terminal move. I don't want to get into the site plan review process because honestly that's premature. I was planning on giving that feedback at a site plan review or at a seeker. But after many, many people called me in the past 2 days asking me, because they know I'm a planner by trade and they know that they can rely on me for information what this vote actually is, I decided to move it up till tonight to tell you what people in the South End think about this process. What I'm here to talk about is not the site plan review or whether or not it should be a bus terminal, but what I'm here to talk about is just the process of public input. We don't just have these 2 public meetings. In 2025, CAP, which is the people who made the Albany strategy plan that generated the $200 million that the $1.5 million would come after, held multiple community meetings. They had multiple surveys, multiple community meetings. The South End, Lower Clinton Ave, Arbor Hill, and South End were included.
30 seconds.
They generated 2,300 data points. In this plan, there is money allocated for catalyst projects. What I am urging the legislators to vote on is if this plan and the public input that was already generated, that you don't have to spend any more money on, was not referenced to award this RFP, that you pause your vote and you ask the people who you are paying $1.5 million for this contract, how did they decide who wins this contract? How did they decide on the project? And why haven't they communicated to us that criteria? Thank you for your time.
Jason, are you coming up to speak? No, ma'am. Okay. Chairwoman, there are no more speakers.
Come on up. Is there anyone else in the chamber who wishes to speak? All right, we got one, and we'll go to you after. We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good evening. This is my second time apologizing for my dress code, but blame it on the Knicks tonight. I'm here to speak about the bus terminal.
You can wait in the gallery, and we'll just announce for you to come up.
I grew up in Albany, where if the ward leader spoke up and the elected officials spoke up, generally that would put a halt on things. That's not the case here. We spoke up, and immediately we were dismissed as angry, yelling and screaming. I didn't yell and scream at anyone. One of the first places that anyone should have started was 99 and 101 South Pearl Street. The people that live right across the street from the bus station. And I know that it's been said that they have many meetings, but unfortunately, our people don't come to the meetings. but our electeds come to the meetings. And we speak very loud and clear about what the people want. And to this point, it hasn't been received well. I'm here tonight because I was asked to come and speak before you by my constituents, who I respect. I don't turn my on and off switch. Every vote that I've ever made in 3 terms has been on the side of the people. That's what we are elected for. And it's, it's troublesome when you can see other wards, every time you come to us, and I hear this, not in my backyard, why couldn't we have expectations about our backyards? Why shouldn't we have expectations? And when I see other people successful at just taking that approach, why shouldn't we be allowed to take that approach on things that we come out and speak out? When they wonder why we don't participate in the process, is because when they do participate, they're ignored. And for businesses that operate in downtown in the 2nd Ward, we welcome you there, but you're not our voice, because you don't live in the 2nd Ward. You don't have to live continuously throughout the things that we have to deal with. I came and spoke before you about the mental health crisis that seems to live in the 2nd Ward, to no avail. I'm here again tonight hoping that
30 seconds.
some of the points that were made by the speakers before me are heard and received, because it's not fair what goes on in our ward. And the real easy game is just to keep having our people come and complain. But we should be able to operate in this world of technology through phone calls and text. I'm always available. Again, I'm Derek Johnson. I'm currently the ward leader for the 2nd Ward, and I'm also the councilman for the 2nd Ward. And I love my ward, but more importantly, I love our city. And it's time that we get balance in the city. That's all I've ever called for, is for our concerns to be heard and for equity to really be a true thing in Albany. Thank you.
Thank you.
Deborah Brown.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Brown, and I am the president of the Albany NAACP. I come before you to speak about the bus terminal and, as someone mentioned earlier, the process, but also how do we get here? February is when I noticed first that there was the news report, the announcement that that location would be used. I didn't see anything where they were saying it was going to be a public comment section or the public to come and speak. How is it that such a decision is made without the involvement? So I went back and checked. I looked in Google. Maybe I missed something. I see where there was report about how the businesses in the area said that it'll work for them. I saw where someone had said that the MVP Arena, it's good for them. I said, okay, check. But I didn't see anything where it said the community people were spoken to, or them saying that it was good to them. How do we leap over that point and to come to a time where now what we're talking about is approving the plan for the use of the parcel of land, and to have the entity that received the RFP now to go out and get community input? And we all know that that community input is not about the initial decision, it's about what the bus terminal would look like. That doesn't make sense, because they haven't even said yet whether they want a bus terminal in their area where they live. Come on, y'all. Y'all represent the people. You can't make these kind of decisions. And then I see, too, that it's part of the downtown revitalization. So now you're using the money that was allocated for the community, for the work in the downtown Albany, to do something that you haven't even asked them that they want to do. You know that's some mishmash stuff. There's no way, no reason, no how that you can vote tonight to say yes, to let this process continue as it is without having what is a reputable and appropriate conversation with the community. It's not right. It's not fair. It's not just. And you know that. And so I asked you to vote accordingly. Somebody said, you know, look in your heart. I said, look at what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be representing the people. And that's what the people deserve and expect from you. Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Good evening. My name is Joanne Morton. I currently serve as the president of the South End Neighborhood Association. I'm a resident in the South End, and I'm here to speak against the proposed bus terminal at the former McDonald's site. I think that more information is needed in terms of how this proposed site will impact the quality of life of the people who reside in the South End. Some people are probably thinking, well, there's a bus station, less than 200 feet away. So what? Just because it's there doesn't make it right. We've often fought against, quality of life. As previous speakers have said, there was a study done down at the Ezra site with the truck traffic and how people are impacted, health-wise with asthma and other respiratory issues. Even if we just stop just the respiratory issues, that's enough in and of itself, to think twice. We also had the 787 study, what happens when that bridge comes down and the traffic flow increases there, compiled with the bus traffic and the traffic that comes along with that. I urge you to seriously consider holding off, pausing this process until additional information can be obtained, until further community input can be heard. And seriously, community input, I think, is important. A lot of times, we've gone to meetings and we have the same few people, yes. But as people have said before, they've been surveyed to death, they've given their information, but it's like it's fallen on deaf ears because the information is out there, but what's being done with it? So have a community forum where people have the opportunity to speak before decisions are made. The example that we're doing now, we've had one public forum, but it's after the fact. So you're saying, here's what we're going to do. Someone is saying, here's what you're getting, and you tell us if you like it or not. There's another meeting scheduled for tomorrow night. I'm thinking, well, the timing of this is wrong. Should this meeting or this process be held off until at least you've heard from your public comment process? Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the chamber? We got.
Hello. So, if you guys decide no, you can disregard everything I'm going to say. Churchill said that this bus terminal is going to benefit everybody. I wish that benefit had been thought about for the South End. If you guys go forward with this, obviously there needs to be a traffic study, an environmental study. It never even occurred to me that wasn't a given. I assumed that already happened, but it hasn't. Obviously that needs to happen. Now let's say you do build this bus station. and it's there. And there are problems arise, because not a lot's known, because we're not doing studies. What happens when there's problems and the community is not able to get things done? I think going forward, you definitely have to make sure that we have some type of community advisory committee that is held before any more money is given out. You need to hear from us, because obviously we cannot trust that you guys are going to hear what we say. There needs to be a committee about whatever's going on down there at that bus station, if you choose to keep it. And then last, I really do hope that we make sure that the bus station is, if you're gonna have it, make sure that it's like more democratized. It does feel like they're only having like 3 lines there. But other than that, please have a committee of community members to tell you what's going on. That is all.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the chamber who wishes to speak?
Good evening, everyone. And I promise not to sing, and I promise that I will be brief. I am here. My name is Arlene Way. I'm the director of the Arbor Hill Development Corporation. I am the chair of the Economic Development and Environmental Justice Committees for the Albany NAACP. And I am a member of the board for the CANA, the Council of Albany Neighborhood Associations. I am here in support of people from the South End who are expressing concern about the bus station. What I'm going to ask you to do is to make sure that you have done your due diligence for studies. Okay, the South End has suffered enough in terms of exposure to pollutions. They have high rate of respiratory illnesses. They have a high concentration of cancer in their community because of the things that they have been exposed to. Before you put that bus station in place, please make sure that you have done your due diligence in terms of the necessary studies for environmental impact. Okay? Want to make sure that people are going to be protected up front before you do anything that's going to add more things that could be possibly harmful to the community. Okay, there's concerns about what is happening with 787. There's going to be a lot of traffic congestions. We need to do our due diligence to make sure that everything has been considered before you allow this bus station to happen. Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the chamber who wishes to speak?
Hi, my name is Latifah Fields. My husband is Gregory Fields, Dr. Gregory Fields, and we live in Albany. My background is environmental. I have a degree in marine environmental undergraduate and a graduate degree in community economic development, and definitely feel like we need to have an environmental impact study that looks at the accumulation of both traffic and also debris from all of the different vehicles that are there, the first station and now this new development. I also believe that things are centrally led and believe that there should be some type of community impact review group to support some of the voices that you heard today. This is not a complacent community, so there are many people who can fill the spot, have the expertise, and are centrally part and affected by this work. Lastly, I do want to say that what work is being put in to ensure that the homeless population and the addiction population is not going to bring the same issues that the previous station was plagued with, same levels of crime and blight, as well as thinking about those populations. This is the opportunity to create solutions, long-term sustainable solutions for that population as well as these resources are funded into this space. Thank you so much.
Is there anyone else in the chamber who wishes to speak?
Okay. Hi, my name is Marie Barnes. Good evening, members of the legislature. I'm an RPI grad and an environmental engineer who works for the state. I'm also a resident and homeowner in the Mansion neighborhood since 2011. I walk past the old McDonald's building often. I want something to go into the old McDonald's spot. I want it to be something that raises the bar for the community, not locks it in the way that the bus terminal would. How many nice neighborhoods cheer for a bus terminal to be put there? I feel like it is a signal, like check cashing places, that this neighborhood is not a great place to stop by and walk around in. This is being railroaded into a low-income, marginalized environmental justice community without an environmental air pollution impact study. After DEC spent thousands and thousands of money and work hours on the Ezra Prentice study, which showed impacts from particulates from heavy-duty truck traffic on South Pearl, then spent many hours begging different businesses to make their trucks run at different hours that the people weren't at the bus stations. They worked effort, so much effort went into it, and you're just gonna roll it all back in one decision. There's been no traffic study. Like, we all in the neighborhood know what happens when there's something at the arena, and then you're gonna congest it more? You did not ask. You just assumed that the South End and Mansion neighborhood should be happy they're getting anything at all. You get what you get and you don't get upset. No traffic study. This is a failure of imagination of what this community could be, how our neighborhood could get better. It will fall into disrepair, like other things in our neighborhood, and then it will fall on the community to beg for some sort of maintenance or to take care of the problems that come from it. Like, we have to beg for maintenance on our parks. The other neighborhoods don't have to beg for that, but we do. Can you please put wood chips here? We'll be like, so the Alliance has accepted this as a done deal because you just said the RFP is already done. They have the money. They don't need our impact. They can do what they want. They're happy giving us crumbs. Oh, what do you want the building to look like? I watched the last meeting, and the Alliance was hostile to work with, as Dan had said. They were ready to fight, and that was correct. Without an RFP, the way that this went, they have no need to talk to us and take our comments into consideration. This was done horribly, and it was a letdown for everybody in the community.
Is there anyone else in the chamber who wishes to speak? We got one more? Two more? Okay. While she's signing in, I will take this out of order when we start our meeting.
Hello, my name is Christine Carrera. I've lived in Albany for 30 years, and I'm an architect. I'm not going to reiterate. I'm going to talk about the bus station. I live a couple blocks from there for the past 30 years. I also work for the state as an architect. I heard about the meeting the other day, and it said there was a meeting and then the vote, and I'm like, what? Doesn't the vote come like after the meeting? So I'm like, well, where's the plan? Where's the design? Where's the, where's the information about what is coming to town here? So I agree with all the environmental and community impact statements that have already been made, so I'm not going to reiterate those, but from an architectural standpoint, I was like, you got to be kidding, they're going to reuse the McDonald's? So that, from an architectural standpoint, I think that our neighborhood deserves a state-of-the-art design, energy efficient green building design, net zero, like make it so that it fuels itself, and then, and are the buses going to be electric, what's the plan? And then, so I think that the design, I think the thing needs to come down. We don't need to have the stigma of a McDonald's and a failed grocery store there. If there's something that is actually going to be built, build something respectable. And what I say for the impositions that are needed in our neighborhood, they need to be the best, because and they need to be a real investment. You can't just like, oh, we're going to put some paint on it. I see that it's a design, but I'm not really super impressed. So I think we can do way better. And I'm in favor of transit-oriented design, but it needs to be done properly, and it needs to engage the community that it impacts. And when I went to those meetings about the $20 million or whatever, I asked the people about, well, how is the impact of these proposals, like the stadium that I guess is not happening anymore, how's the traffic from that going to be mitigated for the community? And they say, they told me that it's purposely going to make it busy there so that people are there to do stuff. And I'm like, that's not that's not a good way to plan. Plan for people and vehicles and bikes to move properly and safely. I don't see that happening.
Thank you. Before we have 5 more speakers. Just in case it impacts your decision to come up to speak, you are always welcome. It is our public forum. I am going to send it back to the Audit and Finance Committee. We will do that as our first order of business. So your call about whether you want to come. Nicole, do you want to read the next name?
Christine. Oh, no. You're next, Joshua. Yes.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Josh Marcel. I'm a resident of the 2nd Ward in Albany. Just wanted to say thanks for doing the right thing. All right.
James Badu.
You ready? 1, 2. Hello, everybody. I'm Badu from 121 South Pearl Street. I just want to introduce myself, a local business owner, and I'm just getting a little offended because I'm hearing things about the business owners not really caring about the neighborhood. And I'm not one person that's out there cleaning up dog poop, buying pine sol, clean up all the urine. I'm serious about the South End, so I just want to make that point. Us business owners do care about the community, all right? We do need something going on down there, though, because it's dead. The grocery store was a bad move. It was a great idea, but the wrong person was managing the site. So now we got an opportunity to bring something new. Let's see what happens, all right? Danielle, I always called you when I had a problem, so I got a lot of respect for you. I want to say that.
Thank you.
Tabora Marcus.
Good evening, members of this body. My name is Tabora Marcus. I am the West Hill Neighborhood Association president. I am also a board member of CANA. I am here this evening, and kudos for the move with the bus station. That takes me from having to speak on that as well. I think the folks in the neighborhood of the South End has lost a lot of trust in their legislative body, so they had to come out and make their voices heard. I'm here to speak on the concerns on the parental responsibility for minor children within our communities. While schools, community organizations, law enforcement, and social service agencies all play important roles, it is the sole responsibility of parents to ensure that their children are doing the right things. I came here before you guys a few months ago because my daughter had been a victim of an assault from a 14-year-old stabbing her multiple times. I stood in this body and I stressed to you guys how important it was for parents to be responsible for their children. Our kids are putting knives, guns, and all type of things into their bags taken to school. We even have situations where parents are equipping their children with tools, so you would say, to protect themselves. I encourage this legislation, I encourage this body to consider policies and programs that strengthens parental involvement rather than replace it. We have been in a society amongst Black and brown people where you have discouraged us from taking responsibilities and taking parental rights away from us. We've been discouraged for many of years on disciplinary within our communities. Now what we're seeing is our children running rampant, causing crime, tearing up the community, and yet you tell us that we can't do anything as parents to chastise our children. At the same time, it's very important to recognize that many parents face significant challenges, including economic development, hardship,
30 seconds.
work demands, and limited access to support systems. Any decisions of parental responsibility should be accompanied by meaningful resources that helps families succeed. Strong families are foundations of strong communities. As county leaders, you have the opportunity to promote policies that encourage parental engagement, foster accountability, and support positive youth development. By investing in families and reinforcing the vital role parents play in raising responsible young people, we can help create safe neighborhoods and brighten futures for our children. Thank you.
There are no more speakers, Chairwoman.
Okay, is there anyone else who would like to speak? Public forum is now closed. Our June 9th meeting of the Albany County Legislature is called to order. In celebration of Pride Month and also looking out to Father's Day, I invite all of us who support LGBTQ rights, as well as all of the fathers and father figures and foster fathers, to stand for and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation
please call the roll.
Alex. Beston. Bergdorf. Clary. Collins. Camiso. Conway. Cunningham.
Here.
Demolowitz. Drake. Epicoro. Ethier. Feeney. Gillespie. Grimm. Hilly. Andrew Joyce. Ray Joyce. Coon. Lane. Larilliard. Lakakis. Lockhart. Muriello. Mayo. McLaughlin. Miller. Petto. Purley. Plosky. Reedy. Reinhardt. Ricard. Robinson. Rosano. Simpson. Smith. Weaver. Willingham. 38 present.
We have a quorum. Before we begin, I'd ask the legislators to note our sponsorship sign-off form on your desks. If you wish to be added to us as a sponsor for any legislation we are covering tonight, please mark, sign the form, and provide it to the clerk of the legislature. Can I have a motion to take Resolution 227 out of order? I have Ms. Gillespie as a motion, Ms. McLaughlin as a second. All those in favor of taking 227 out of order signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion is passed to take 227 out of order. Clerk, please read Resolution 227.
Authorizing an agreement with the Advanced Albany County Alliance regarding the development of a parcel of real property located at 106 South Pearl Street in the city of Albany.
In light of the fact that the second community meeting is not until tomorrow evening, and also in light of educating the community about the environmental impact study plans and other pertinent issues, I'm going to refer this back to Audit and Finance. Previous business, clerk, please read Resolution 131. Ms. McLaughlin.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I rise, they left, but to respect the community for coming out and speaking tonight. But I also rise because my name was called out in the midst of this conversation. I've represented the South End in this community that we're talking about for almost 30 years. And I've done a good job doing that. While you may disagree with me on a particular issue, but my devotion to the South End community, I live in the first ward, but my devotion to the second ward, which encompasses 99 and 101, cannot be questioned, and I will not allow it to be questioned tonight. I do represent the people in my community. That is the only reason I've gotten into this and been in it for as long as I have. Have I turned my back on the people, as was stated tonight? No, I have not. Do I respect the people in my community? Yes, I do. I live in the community. I've lived there for over 30 years. I was a part of the bomb train of resistance. Yes, I continue to deal with environmental issues in my community and know that we have got to be cognizant of what is taking place in the decisions that we make and how they affect our communities. I had someone say to me yesterday, bring the bus station to Pine Hills. Somebody said that to me. But tonight, somebody said, I bet you can't take this up to Pine Hills. They told me, bring it to Pine Hills. The seeker and environmental studies, we mentioned this yesterday and in days past, that this work has got to be done before any curb is cut, before any dirt is turned over. All of that will be done. This meeting tomorrow night is an additional opportunity for people to share their ideas, not just on what the building would or would not look like, but your concerns that were voiced tonight. I hope the people will be there. It's not the same. You can go around, see what renderings they have at this point that do incorporate what was said at the last meeting. But nothing at this point is set in stone. I just want to continue to say that in my support of the people in the community, we do want to ensure that the people are protected environmentally as well as public safety. I don't know who is going to say that they do not want a public safety presence at the bus station, wherever it's located. I don't know when the last time many of you have been down to the current bus station. A lot of the things that are taking place down there will not take place at, if this proposal is carried out and the bus station is relocated to Madison and Pearl. Safety gaps will be filled. People will be in place to ensure that that does not happen. The unhoused population will not find a home at the bus station. Will not find a home at the bus station, wherever it's located. Now, I would advise everybody, if you have an opportunity between now and the next time this goes between the audit and finance and it comes back to us, take a ride down to the current bus station. How many people have you had to come into Albany at that current bus station and want to turn around and go back wherever they came from? We've got to do something. And the South, I see this as an asset that will be brought into the South End of Albany. We've got to do something positive. Everything gets turned back that is presented to make life better in the South End of Albany. I'm a resident. I've been there most of my life. I will not stand here and support something that I think is not going to be to the benefit of the community, the residents, and I am particularly concerned about residents, particularly senior residents in 99 and 101 South Pearl. I will not have anyone in here tonight believing that I am not sensitive to the concerns of the residents of the South End of Albany. I will not, I have not turned my back on the residents of the South End, and this one issue in itself will not determine my legacy as a legislator, as a common council member for the past 30 years in the South End of Albany. I take this very seriously, and I want anyone that has come in here tonight to let you know I respect the fact that you showed up the way that you did. Because so often down through the years, I've looked for that, for people to come out and stand up for themselves. So you stood up, the chairman has heard you, she has said we're going back to the drawing board. So continue to stay tuned, continue to listen to what the next steps are going to be. You must know that there will be no we will not prevent environmental studies and seek a review to take place in this location. So please, keep your ears open. Keep talking. Keep talking. We need to hear from you. And I appreciate the chairwoman.
Thank you.
Moving this.
May I speak since that's mine?
No, we're moving on. There's going to be lots of opportunities at Audit and Finance tomorrow night and at this meeting. We are moving on to Resolution 131. It's going back to committee, guys. Clerk, please read Resolution 131.
Public hearing.
You are out of order. You are out of order. You will be asked to leave unless you take a seat,
Not
ma'am.
speak when she asked to speak. That's disrespectful.
The chair is ruled. You will be asked to leave unless you take a seat.
This woman should be allowed to speak.
Ma'am. You are out of order. You are out of order. We are moving on. There'll be plenty of opportunities to speak. We're moving on to Resolution 131. Mr. Grimm, put your hand down. Mr. Sheriff.
Motion to sustain the chair.
Motion to sustain the chair to move on to Resolution 131. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
We've got two.
My vote. I wasn't going to talk tonight.
Mr. Bergdorf, take a seat. We're moving on. We're moving on. No. We're moving on to Resolution 131. We sent this back to committee. We heard 45 minutes. Mr. Grimm, take a seat. You are not recognized. Take a seat. Clerk, please, Mr. Grimm, both of you take a seat. Please take a seat, Mr. Bergdorf. With all due respect, please take a seat. Clerk, please read Resolution 131.
Public hearing on proposed local law number C for 2026, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, in relation to the establishment of Albany County residents as priority hires for county-assisted housing development projects.
Please note there is a date change, and that language is at your places for this public hearing. All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution is passed. Clerk, please read 199.
Public hearing on proposed local law number E for 2026, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending Albany County Code, Chapter 288, regarding safety requirements and prohibitions for electric scooters and bicycles with electric assist.
Thank you, and please also note this also has a date change, and the updated language is at your plate. All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. I'm sorry. Thank you, Council. We're going to go back to 131. In order to amend it, we have to seek a motion to amend. Mr. Demolowitz, a second, Mr. Kuhn. All those in favor of amending with the corrected date change signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The date is changed. On the underlying resolution 131, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Resolution passes. 199, we are going to do the same thing. We are going to seek a motion to change the date. Can I have a motion? Mr. Miller, a second, Mr. Feeney. All those in favor of changing the date of the public hearing and resolution 199 signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is passed. Did I do the underlying? The date change is passed. The underlying resolution 199. All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution is passed. Clerk, please read 200.
Authorizing an agreement with WMJ Keller and Sons Construction Corp. regarding the construction of a salt shed at the Queenman subdivision.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 201, please.
Amending the 2026 Department of Public Works budget. Clerk, typist 1.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 202, we are going to refer back to Public Works. That has been withdrawn. 203, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Tracy Road Equipment regarding the purchase of 7 Freightliner medium-duty truck cabs and chassis.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 204, please.
Authorizing an agreement with AtMax Equipment Company regarding the purchase of a Max mower with industrial boom for roadside mowing.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 205.
Authorizing an agreement with All States Construction, DBA Gorman Construction, regarding Colden Place asphalt recycling on County Route 401 in the town of Westerlo and County Route 202 in the town of New Scotland.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 206, please.
Authorizing updates to the vehicle use policy and procedures for general vehicle use by county employees.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 207, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Delta Engineers, Architects, and Surveyors regarding consulting services for various projects at the MVP Arena.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 208.
Authorizing an agreement with M.A. Schaefer Construction regarding the repositioning and renovation of the Helderberg Hudson Rail Trail Freight Depot building.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 209.
Authorizing an agreement with Kives Corporation, DBA Viking Kives regarding the purchase of equipment packages for 7 Freightliner medium-duty truck cabs and chassis.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 210.
Authorizing the submission of a New York Place grant application to the New York State Department of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation regarding improvements to the Lawson Lake Playground facility.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 211.
Authorizing an agreement with Parsons Child and Family Center regarding the Healthy Families Home Visiting Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 212.
Authorizing renewal of an agreement with Raja Group regarding transportation services for children with special needs to education and therapy programs.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 213.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance regarding the rental supplement program and amending the 2026 Department of Social Services budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 214.
Amending the 2026 Department of Health budget, account clerk 2 position.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 215.
Amending the 2026 Albany County budget, jail-based addiction services.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 216.
Amending resolution number 284 for 2024 regarding Albany Medical Center's opioid settlement funded community grant.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 217.
Amending resolution number 289 for 2024 regarding community pharmacy enhanced services network of New York's opioid settlement funding community grant.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 218.
Authorizing an agreement with Healthy Capital District regarding opioid settlement funding and amending the 2026 Department of Mental Health budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 219.
Authorizing an agreement with Addictions Care Center of Albany regarding opioid settlement funding and amending the 2026 Department of Mental Health budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 220.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to an agreement with the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the combined 2025 and 2026 Public Safety Answering Point Operations Grant Program, amending the 2026 Sheriff's Office budget.
Noting Mr. Andrew Joyce's abstention, all those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 221.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to an agreement with the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the combined 2025 and 2026 statewide interoperable communications grant program and amending the 2026 Sheriff's Office budget.
Noting Legislator Andrew Joyce's abstention, all those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 222.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to an agreement with the New York State Canal Corporation regarding reimbursement for marine patrol services.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 223.
Authorizing intergovernmental agreements regarding the Burn Justice Assistance Grant Program funding.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 224.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services regarding a statewide targeted reductions in inmate partner violence grant and amending the 2026 Probation Department budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 225.
Amending the 2026 Albany County budget, civil service titles.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 226.
Authorizing the distribution of mortgage taxes for the period October 1, 2025 through March 31st, 2026.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 228.
Amending Resolution Number 121 for 2026 regarding the reallocation of unexpended funds for projects completed under the American Rescue Plan Act to related projects and amending the 2026 Albany County budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 229.
Authorizing the reallocation of unexpended funds for projects completed under the American Rescue Plan Act to related projects and amending the 2026 Albany County budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 230.
Making a secret determination and authorizing the purchase of various parcels of real property located at the former St. Rose campus in the city of Albany.
We're going to have a long roll call.
Alex. Yes. Beston. Yes. Bergdorf. Yes. Clary. Clary. No. Camiso. Yes. Conway. Yes. Cunningham.
Yes.
Demolowitz.
Yes.
Drake. Yes. Efacoro.
Yes.
Ethier.
Yes.
Feeney.
Yes.
Gillespie.
Yes.
Grimm. Hilly.
Yes.
Andrew Joyce. Ray Joyce. Kuhn. Lane. Larilliard. Lakakis. Lockhart. Murriello. Mayo. McLaughlin. Miller. Petto. Purley. Plosky. Reedy. Reinhardt. Ricard. Robinson. Lozano. Simpson. Smith. Reefer. Willingham. 37 yes.
Resolution passes. 231, please.
Authorizing the conveyance of a parcel of real property at 517 First Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 232, please.
Authorizing the conveyance of a parcel of real property located at 20 Harris Ave in the town of Queens.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 233.
Authorizing the conveyance of parcels of real property located at 460 First Street and 58 Quell Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 234, please.
Authorizing the conveyance of a parcel of real property located at 30 West Van Vechen Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 235, please.
Bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, authorizing the issuance of bonds of 100,000 bonds to finance ceiling improvements in connection with the low roof replacement at MVP Arena.
Long roll call, please.
Alex.
Yes.
Beston.
Yes.
Bergdorf.
Yes.
Clary. Oh, Clary left. Camiso.
Yes.
Conway.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Demolowitz.
Yes.
Drake. Efacoro.
Yes.
Ethier. Feeney. Gillespie. Grimm. Hilly. Andrew Joyce. Ray Joyce. Kuhn. Lane. Larilliard. Lakakis. Lockhart. Murriello. Mayo. McLaughlin. Miller. Petto. Purley. Plosky. Reedy. Reinhardt. Ricard. Robinson. Rosano. Simpson. Smith. Weaver. Willingham. Unanimous.
Resolution passes. 236, please.
Bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, dated June 8, 2026, authorizing the design and installation of a new sound system inside the MVP Arena, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof, $5,850,000.
Long roll call, please.
Alex. Beston. Bergdorf. Camiso. Conway. Cunningham.
Yes.
Demolowitz. Drake. Epicoro. Ethier. Feeney. Gillespie. Grimm. Hilly. Andrew Joyce. Ray Joyce. Kuhn. Lane. LaRilliard. Lakakis. Lockhart. Murriello. Mayo. McLaughlin. Miller. Petto. Pearlie. Plosky. Reedy. Reinhardt. Ricard. Robinson. Rosano. Simpson. Smith. Weaver. Willingham. Unanimous.
Resolution passes. 237, please.
Bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, dated June 8, 2026, authorizing the replacement of the upper-level curtain at MVP Arena, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $1,500,000.
All those in favor, oh, I'm sorry, long roll call, please.
Alex. Beston. Bergdorf. Camiso. Conway. Cunningham.
Yes.
Demolowitz. Drake. Epicoro. Ethier. Feeney. Gillespie. Grimm. Hilly. Andrew Joyce. Ray Joyce. Kuhn. Lane. LaRilliard. Lakakis. Lockhart. Murriello. Mayo. McLaughlin. Miller. Petto. Pearlie. Plosky. Reedy. Reinhardt. Ricard. Robinson. Rosano. Simpson. Smith. Weaver. Willingham. Unanimous.
Resolution passes. 238, please.
Bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, dated June 8, 2026, authorizing floor, stair, and door reconstruction at the MVP Arena, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $200,000.
Long roll call, please.
Alex. Beston. Bergdorf. Camiso. Conway. Cunningham.
Yes.
Demolowitz. Drake. Epicoro. Ether. Feeney. Gillespie. Grimm. Hilly. Andrew Joyce. Ray Joyce. Kuhn. Lane. LaRilliard. Lakakis. Lockhart. Murriello. Mayo. McLaughlin. Miller. Petto. Pearlie. Plosky. Reedy. Reinhardt. Ricard. Robinson. Rosano. Simpson. Smith. Weaver. Willingham. Unanimous.
Resolution passes. 239, please.
Bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, dated June 8, 2026, authorizing various building improvements and renovations at the MVP Arena, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $1 million.
Long roll call, please.
Alex. Beston. Bergdorf. Camiso. Conway. Cunningham.
Yes.
Demolowitz. Drake. Epicoro. Ethier. Feeney. Gillespie. Grimm. Hilly. Andrew Joyce. Ray Joyce. Kuhn. Lane. LaRilliard. Lakakis. Lockhart. Murriello. Mayo. McLaughlin. Miller. Petto. Pearlie. Plosky. Reedy. Reinhardt. Ricard. Robinson. Rosano. Simpson. Mert, where you at? Okay. Smith. Weaver. Willingham. Unanimous.
Resolution passes. Number 240, we are going to refer to the Health Committee. Number 241,
Public hearing on proposed local law number F for 2026, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending Chapter 125 of the Albany County Code, establishing parental responsibility for acts of dependent minors.
We're going to refer that to Law and Public Safety. 242.
Appointment of members and an alternate to the Regional Fish and Wildlife Management Board.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 243, we're going to refer to Audit and Finance. Moving on to the local laws. Please read local law N.
A local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending the Albany County Charter and local law number 8 for 1993 as amended to provide for an Office of Medical Examiner.
Mr. Moriello.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to support this evening and vote for it. I just wanted to rise and I just wanted to give a few comments on the record. And I've already made these comments during the committee, but I think it's important that I say them again. Number one, going to a medical examiner system is fine. Most of the counties, especially larger counties, do it. So it's more of a modern system, and I think it'll work fine. It'll probably be better for Albany County. A couple of things I've noticed is I think the financials, the budget that was put together for this, really is understated. It's going to cost us more than what the county executive was budgeted for this program. Just the cost alone of a forensic pathologist and a deputy is going to be much more than what we budgeted. So I think as a body, we should expect to see this increase. Second of all, I know we're looking to hire 3 death investigators. Right now we have 4 coroners, and they're pretty busy with what they do. I think what's going to happen is we're going to look, and eventually we're going to have to hire 4 death investigators as well. If you look at the amount of time they do in a work week, 168 hours, then they are on call when they're working. So I think we're going to end up having to add to those death investigators. But other than that, I think everything is fine, and I'll be voting for it, but just expect this to cost us a little bit more money. Thank you.
Anyone else? Long roll call, please.
Alex
No.
Beston. Bergdorf.
Are people voting against this resolution?
Yes,
It's a
they
local
are.
law.
Yes, they are. Okay. Me by surprise. I'm going to vote yes.
Camiso. Conway.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Demolowitz.
Yes.
Drake.
Yes.
Epicoro.
Yes.
Ethier.
Chairman, one minute vote. I don't know why, of all the times I've been here for a lot of years, I never heard anybody ever complain about our coroners and the job they do and what's going on. So I don't know why we're gonna change it now. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is gonna go to the public anyway.
Yes.
Goes to the public anyway.
Yes.
So
Referendum.
I think that's where it belongs, with the public decide this issue. But for me to support it at this time, I can't do it because I believe the coroner system has been very effective in our county. There's never been a complaint over years and 10 years. So let the public decide what they want to do.
What is your
I'll
vote?
No.
Feeney.
Yes.
Gillespie.
Yes.
Grimm.
No.
Hilly.
No.
Andrew Joyce.
Yes.
Ray Joyce.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Lane.
Yes.
Larilliard.
Yes.
Lakakis.
Yes.
Lockhart.
Yes.
Muriello.
Yes.
Mayo.
No.
McLaughlin.
Yes.
Miller.
Aye.
Petto.
Yes.
Pearlie.
Yes.
Plosky.
Yes.
Reedy.
Yes.
Reinhardt.
Yes.
Ricard.
Nay.
No.
No. Positively no.
Robinson.
No.
Rosano.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Smith.
No.
Weaver.
No.
Willingham.
Yes.
I have 26 yes, 11 noes.
The resolution, the local law is passed. Local law number A for 2026.
A local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending the Albany County Charter for the purpose of clarifying county legislator qualifications.
Anyone? Long roll call, please.
Alex.
Yes.
Beston.
Yes.
Bergdorf.
Yes.
Camiso. Conway.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Demolowitz.
Yes.
Drake.
Yes.
Epicoro.
No.
Ethier.
Yes.
Feeney.
Yes.
Gillespie.
Yes.
Grimm.
Yes.
Hilly.
No.
Andrew Joyce.
Yes.
Ray Joyce.
Yes.
Coon.
Yes.
Lane.
Yes.
LaRilliard.
Yes.
Lakakis.
Yes.
Lockhart.
Yes.
Mariello.
Yes.
Mayo.
Yes.
McLaughlin.
Yes.
Miller.
Aye.
Petto.
Yes.
Pearlie.
Yes.
Plosky.
Yes.
Reedy.
Yes.
Reinhardt.
Yes.
Ricard.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Rosano.
Yes.
Simpson.
No.
Smith.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Willingham.
Yes.
34 yes, 3 no.
The local law is passed. This will also go to referendum in November. Last, we have local law number F, which we will refer to the Law and Public Safety Committees. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Mr. Kuhn, second, Mr. Demolowitz. All those in favor? Any opposed? We are adjourned.